Due to physique inflation, having a natural body in 2026 is like owning a Ferrari. It really is. It's a similar feeling to owning a sports car that will not depreciate in value over time. It will only get more and more expensive over time. You understand? Or just hold its value, you know? And why natural bodybuilding is such a big thing is because obviously you guys know there's so many fakers out here trying to pretend to be natural because they know that is the gold. This is for those of you that don't know what the whole big hype about natural bodybuilding is. We've got a whole heap of fake pretend guys out here pretending to be natural, yeah, because they know that, like I said, it's gold, right? Achieving a physique through hard work and just doing it with nothing but weights and consistency is admirable. Do you understand? It's inspirational, it's motivational, you know, and it makes you feel like you can do it too, which is the reason why we need to know who is real and who is fake. We've got so many of these fakers out here setting unrealistic benchmarks for people, right? And then their dreams are getting crushed within a few years when they're realizing their physiques just isn't changing. And then they're probably looking at their physique saying, "Well, my physique is shit," or "my shoulders ain't big enough," or "my chest ain't big enough." When realistically, you're perfectly fine. You're a human being, bro. You've got a natural body, right? The goal isn't to be looking like a bodybuilder. That's an old school mindset. If you want to be a bodybuilder, you use the drugs to get you to look like a bodybuilder. But the first thing you should be worrying about is making your physique the most unique and rare physique that you can make it. And that's the beauty of it, right? Because your physique ain't going to be built like the next man. Everyone's got their own shape. Everyone's got their own pros and cons, right? So build that to your best of your ability, and then people will admire that. And then if you want to be a bodybuilder and look like a bodybuilder, go and compete on stage. Go and use the drugs, all right? Use that shit, because now you have a purpose and you're not going to lie to people pretending that you're natural anymore because you're a bodybuilder. But if you're a casual guy, like a lot of these guys on social media who have been training for 2 or 3 years and all of a sudden they look like bodybuilders, right? Come on, guys, it's unrealistic. This takes a lot of time. It takes years of consistency, discipline, time, and managing your routine, your habits with your eating and your training, and trying to stay dialed in and focused on the goal. It takes time, guys. So stop believing all these fake naturals out here, giving you, like I said, false perceptions and, like I said, a fake benchmark to work towards, because you're never going to make it to their level. And you're probably going to end up using the same drugs that they've used, just like they probably were listening to a fake natural. And it's just like an ongoing cycle. And then when you do jump on the gear, that's when you realize who the fake naturals are. But by then it's too late, because now you're a fake natural as well, and you don't want to tell anybody. So save yourself the headache. Stay natural, put in the time, build something that lasts a lifetime. Because look, I'm 40 years old, yeah? I'm still holding my physique with ease. Easy maintenance, right? I feel like I've still got the shape of a 20-year-old. And my physique hasn't really changed much over the years. I've made slight progressive changes over the years, right? I haven't made, continue to pack on muscle mass year after year. I've been training for 27 years now. And like I said, I've hit my peak now. I'm 40 years old. When you hit around your mid-30s, that's when you start to notice a decrease. It's been well known that your strength will decrease in your mid-30s. At least you're building something that lasts a lifetime, guys. When you do this the natural way, there's so many benefits to this. It's unbelievable. I'm so thankful I never tampered with the genetics or any of my genetic makeups. What make me me, do you know what I mean? I'm able to stay lean year round because this is just my genetics, you know what I mean? It's the way I eat, it's down to routine and habit, and this is the way I am. Do you understand? Like, I'm not going to change anything and start messing around with things, and then all of a sudden I'm finding it more hard to burn fat. All of a sudden I've got unnecessary fat that I don't want. Do you know what I mean? I don't really care about the size, and that's just another thing, guys. You guys have got to stop chasing the size. It's not about the size. Get as slim, as skinny as possible. Get down to your base level where we can see some veins and we can see maybe some abs, see some definition. No matter if your muscles are looking small, it doesn't matter, because we're going to fix that. We fix that by lifting heavy weights and using progressive overload and getting stronger over time, right? And over time, that same skinny muscle, that same defined muscle that you have will grow. And that's what's happened with me. And then it stays, it sticks. Do you understand? And even if you don't train for a couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks or whatnot, yeah, you'll lose a bit of the pump, you'll lose a bit of size, but guess what? You'll still be able to go on the beach feeling happy. And all you have to do really is just go to the gym and get a quick pump. It will take you a couple of weeks to get you back to where you was previously, as long as you're training hard. But if you're taking gear and all that, that shit's gonna happen so often to you, and it can be disheartening. And you'll probably end up quitting and thinking just bodybuilding is long. That's why we've got so many guys out here talking about calorie surplus, calorie deficit, and it's just making things so long, worrying about main gainers and all this bullshit. Really, you shouldn't be focused on that. That shouldn't be your focus. Bodybuilding should just be like a hobby in your life. You're living your life. You know, you be mindful of your eating, adjust it. You know what I mean? You train hard, and over time, the diet just becomes part of your lifestyle. It shouldn't have to be a thing where you feel forced and I have to be watching what I'm eating. You should be getting down to your base level, right, where you can build from there. Like I said, man, just trust me on this process, guys, and stop, you know, getting fooled by the fakers out there, because a whole lot of people, I would say 80% of Instagram, I don't trust any of you guys, right? And like I said, man, it's important for you guys to know who the real natural bodybuilders are and surround yourself with these people. You're the real ones. There's nothing wrong with having your favorite influencers or guys that you find aesthetically pleasing with, you know, their faces and shit, because that's another thing. A lot of the time you guys are fucking with these influencers by the way they look. You know what I mean? I get it, but you know, sometimes you've got to just get your knowledge. As long as you know what's real, you're all falling for these flipping influencers' lies like you're women, bruv. It's like they're telling you bullshit lies and you're just like, oh, okay, I'm not cheating, babe, trust me, I'm not cheating. All right, I believe you. And then after in the comment section, you're being a fanboy when they're getting called out. You know, no, he's natural, trust me, he's natural, I believe him. Surround yourself by the real. There's a big difference, man. We want transparency, yeah? And now we're starting to understand that everybody wants to just be lean and aesthetically pleasing. Nobody really wants to look like bodybuilders anymore. If that's the whole trend, is changing, and it's good. And if you want that type of physique, it's really simple, guys. All you've got to do is stay natural. Like, you get all these guys talking, I want the Brad Pitt physique and what, bro, just stay natural. Just don't use no enhancements. Just diet yourself down, get yourself skinnier than Brad Pitt, as skinny as possible, and then work your way from there. Anyway, man, catch up in the next video, man. Fuck the fakers and pretenders.